Recording button has been pressed.
Ooh.
Off on our journey. or just a collection of thoughts strung together that's someone or one person may listen to one day.
It's going to make Lord of the Rings look like one of them really shitty field trips. This is going to be one hell of a journey.
Well, the journey nearly didn't even happen. Obviously with the debacle of the laptop.
Yeah, the way I hear it is you ordered it 1 minute and it was here the next. Super good service, I hear.
Well, you know what Currys and other associated electronic stores are like. Not to drop any names in particular because we'll probably get sued as soon as we fucking start. But
pretty sure it's a critique. I think we're totally safe.
Oh, sounds good to me.
This is an online audio review.
Well, I mean, it's fucking crazy, man. Because obviously, for everyone who's going to listen eventually, we'll fill in the blanks. My laptop was about 10 years old, so we bought a new one because, well, my fist nearly went through it on Tuesday night when we did a test call. It went a bit belly up, and I ended up using my phone, and the phone didn't work either because I'm just. It might just be me shit with technology, really. But yeah, so we're all up. It's just about. I say that as the technical issues will come flooding in, no doubt.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Actually, this is one quite interesting point in regards to. Have you ever bought a new laptop and it has parental control on it?
I'm sure it has it on it somewhere. Again, well, I know better with technology. I think it took me a while to learn how to turn it on.
Well, obviously, I've bought this laptop and I'm like, okay, cool. So I've opened up the laptop and we've got it all set up and running. So the first thing you do, search Pornhub. Happy days. So, and I've opened it up and it's just come up with. Well,
I like to do that in the shop. I want to know it can handle it before I take it home. Because I'm a multiple tabs man, you know me, I'm a busy guy.
Yeah, that's it. You want to be scrolling through, don't you? If it gets a bit stale one side, you want to skip through to the next tab. You want to get to the good bits.
I need to know I can handle it because nothing sucks the romance out of it like a buffering screen, you know what I mean?
But someone watching you is okay in the store, Yeah.
Oh, they're professionals, mate. They've been trained.
So on
I always ask for a bloke, he gets it.
Oh, and does he get it?
Oh yes. I literally go up to him and say, "Excuse me, mate, I need a new laptop." He's like, "Say no more, brother. Come with me. This is what you want."
Multiple tabs. How many do you want?
Absolutely. We've got Brazilian fart porn over here. We've got the midgets fisting over there. Whatever you need, however you need it.
Well,
pre-op trans, we've got it.
Oh, post-op.
Post-op, pre-op, during op.
Oh God, there's so many stories because we've been there, man. We've seen some stuff. But so this parental control, right? So I can't even watch Pornhub. And there's me like, okay, well, I can't really do much research for anything if I can't even open Pornhub up because that's basically where most of this is going to come from, I guess.
Oh, 100%.
And so I'm fiddling around. Well, not fiddling with myself, obviously, because fucking Pornhub's not working. So and basically the long and short of it is it comes from the Wi-Fi that we've got here. That's got a block on it from free because obviously we live in a caravan. Yep. And we don't get hardwired internet or running water or electric. We have to do it all off a generator and caveman style.
Yes.
But and so basically we had to ring up free at 9 o'clock this morning and to get them to turn off the parental control at the cost of fucking 99p. Because we had to prove that.
Wanking it.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Nothing kills the romance of having a fucking Sebi lob on and while trying to put in your credit card details as well for 99p.
I thought those days were gone.
Well, so did I. It literally feels like back on the TV when you're, 2 a.m, your mum and dad's gone to bed and you stick on Babe Station and.
Well, yes, crack open a can of Supertenants.
Well, that's it.
You've got the volume right down low.
Oh. But yeah, so that is my saga of the parental control. So long story short, we got it up and running, and I saw, it was quite funny because I thought like, oh, maybe it's just me with technology, and I looked online, and yeah, it's really common, like all over. So, well, that's my boring story of the week. What's happening your end?
We've got snow.
Yeah, there's a first for everything. Not only is it the first time we record our sexy voices, we've actually got snow.
The black metal gods are smiling upon us.
I don't know. Is it that heavy where you are? Because we've only.
Mate, it's cold.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like, I saw some chavies in Tim Burton makeup shooting a video out there.
Oh man. Well, we've literally got like a dusting over here. It's not that.
It's heavy set here, man. It's like laying. We've got like the our wheelie bins are wearing white hats. Not cold though.
No, that's what I thought. You know, it's not.
Yeah, it's not cold out there.
Well,
it's weird. Yeah, what do you reckon? What's your take on this? When people say, "No, it's too cold to snow."
Oh, what a load of bollocks! Honestly.
What does that mean? Because I'm sure in Russia it's colder there than it is here, and they've got snow all cunting year round.
Fucking hell, yeah. But it's the same as what's it? Oh, you're overtired, or you're too tired. You're overtired, so you can't sleep.
Overtired, yeah.
What do you mean you're overtired? Oh yeah, you're never so over awake that you just fall asleep, though, are you?
Yeah, and my phone has never had its battery run out, so it's just on. But nobody can charge me. Battery's dead, but it's over dead.
There's a fucking drawer full of
still working fine.
Yeah, that's it. A fucking drawer full of old phones that all just decided, oh, actually, we ain't been turned on. Let's just turn ourselves on and fucking play Snake 2.
Oh, Snake 2.
Oh, that's... well,
right. Snake 2. That was one of the reasons people started buying phones.
Well, that's the reason.
It's got a snake on it.
Yeah,
not only does it have Snake, it has Snake 2. And they're like, oh, I'll have it then.
That's it. Oh,
that was it. What was it? It was 2, 6, 8, and 4, wasn't it? Those were your direction buttons.
I don't know. I get confused whether the keypad's up one way or the other because they keep fucking swapping it round, didn't they?
Oh,
is it 0 at the bottom, or is it 1 at the top or 1 at the bottom?
Yeah, that was mad.
It knows. But I was
like the auto rotate on phones we've got now.
Oh, how awkward is that? Oh, I'm just going to slightly lay onto the side. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I won't watch that really interesting video I was watching then. The one that I could have been doing surgery.
Yeah, that's it.
And someone's life could have been in my hand. I just want a little lie down. And then seconds count in these situations.
Dead now.
Yeah. The blood is on your hands.
Well, saying that about games, but when I was waiting for things to load up, I was on Google, and literally there's a little button on Google that says, I'm feeling lucky. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And I pressed on it.
I only sussed that out like a year ago or something. It's been there forever.
Yeah, and like now I'm clicking through it and I can't bring up what it was. And it was like a little Pac-Man game that you could play, but it was with the Google logo. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
I remember when they did like a Space Invaders version of that as well. Like you did something like you typed, I suppose, Space Invaders in and you could play it or something. But they also did it years and years ago. Did you ever go to the search bar and type in Elgoog?
No.
Yeah, Google would come up and it would just be completely back to front.
Oh, is it still the same now?
I don't know. Let's have a look.
Shall we?
Well,
come on, this is something... everyone can join in.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't even spell fucking Google to get it open. This is a good start.
Yeah, I spell Elgoog wrong. To be fair, I don't spell Elgoog very often.
No, that's it.
Oh, Google Mirror. It comes up. You hit that bad boy.
Oh my God.
Everything's backwards.
And there it is, Pac-Man. It's got fucking Pac-Man sitting on there. Have you got Pac-Man? The T-Rex game.
Yeah, I've got... Oh, yeah, that's Pac-Man. I've got Underwater, Gravity, T-Rex game, Guitar. Snake game.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
The fucking Snake.
Oh, well, fuck talking about
interest. Snake, how I remember Snake. I'm clicking on it.
It is. Oh
If
no.
if this is a different kind of Snake game, they're just taking it. If it's Metal Gear Solid, I'm gonna be pissed off. I want Snake.
Oh, mine's not actually loading at all. It's not having any of Snake. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone, I'm not getting Snake. Oh,
Here it goes.
no.
Oh, mate. Oh,
Are you playing it?
oh, yeah, boy. It's it's actually Snake, bruv. It's got like Mexican music,
Is it?
that Chinese music. Might be Chinese. I'm
Well,
terrible with like stuff like that.
it's all the same. It's all the same, and it's somewhere on Earth.
Yeah, it's connected to somewhere. Like it's actually Snake. That's incredible.
So going, well, I'd say off topic, but there's not really a topic to discuss. But I mean, look at on the bottom of Google. I've just seen that they're carbon neutral since 2007, and I know that you're interested in your old.
I saw that yesterday as well.
You're in the what's it, climate change thing you've been looking at lately, ain't you, and stuff.
Yeah,
And,
I've been in a bit of a rabbit hole.
and I just wonder how the fuck can Google search engine, or is it every Google company? How can they be carbon neutral? I don't get it. Or is
I
it just
don't
me and my?
understand
Oh,
how they can say that. I think it's a pretty bold claim
yeah.
because you release carbon just by cutting the grass.
I don't. That could be factual or not. I don't even know if that's true.
Yeah. And so it's like, I mean, I don't know if maybe the Google company is carbon neutral. Like maybe they use, like, maybe all their, I don't know, it could even be like all of our papers recycled. Do you know what I mean?
Or solar powered lawnmowers.
Yeah, or we just bloody recycle everything. I'm not sure.
Oh, recycling's ball ache though, isn't it?
I mean, they made it a lot easier with the second bin now. But if they said to me like, "Oh yeah, go on, recycle this," I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And that's it. And this is a good thing. Like, or at least we can talk about shit like the recycling bins, because every time I try and listen to stuff online, you get the Americans talking about, and you know, like when the American podcast just chat shit, and you're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. You know,
Yeah.
and their little phrases.
Like when they're talking about the Patriot Act, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'm not going to Google that shit. Look, just you know, I want to talk about recycling bins and the food waste bin and stuff like that.
I mean, it's probably more the fault of the consumer than them.
Yeah.
We've tuned into a podcast. I want to hear about recycling bins. Well, you're in the wrong place, son. Not my problem. Change the content.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you got to have it. That's why you got to have cover every base, and then you know it keeps exciting, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's why we're here, for people who want to hear about recycling bins and why Google was carbon neutral, or so they claim.
Well, that's it. I mean,
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, that was weird. My Google was literally just Googled interesting for no reason. Interesting's just come up.
Nice.
It just says arousing curiosity or interest, holding or catching the attention.
Never Google the word arousing, whatever you do.
I'm not. I don't think I want to do that, dude.
No.
The last time I Googled anything you told me to Google, it was well.
We got a snake out of it.
Well, yeah. To be fair, yeah. That's one of the thingies.
Yeah.
So yeah. So what's been happening then? What we got for this week?
Well, I'm going to first of all have a look into what this geezer's got about this carbon neutral stuff in Google.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like to preach this stuff on people, because I think, you know, if the information's there, if you really want to know about it, you don't need me to tell you about it. You can just find it. Everyone's got a supercomputer in their pockets now.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But at the same time, I think I at least like to know what this stuff means before I pick a side.
Yeah, sure.
Because you get a lot of people who are like, oh yeah, well, I'm going to be associated with this. And then you're like, oh, okay, so what is it you don't like about the opposite thing? And they're like, oh, I don't know, it's just like the opposite, isn't it? And it's like, oh, you don't actually know anything then.
Yeah.
So that's how I like to. Oh yeah, Google claims net zero carbon footprint. How can you have zero carbon footprint if you run a
multi-billion
massive
company?
Yeah, and people have to turn on their computers in order to use it.
Yeah, with all that electric. Yeah, oh yeah. Think you've got to use all
Oh,
the electricity and all of that shit just to turn the computer on to begin with.
yeah. I mean, maybe the bloke who owns it lives in a hut in the woods. He's like, well, I'm carbon neutral.
Yeah,
And my name is technically Google.
yeah. I'm clear. I'm not going to
Oh,
hell.
what if we read this and it's literally some bloke named Google
Oh, it's nothing to
who
do with
lives on a mountain?
Oh, here we go. But is Google really carbon neutral?
This
Says
one
it
here
wipe,
says, oh, go on.
it says it's wiped out its entire carbon footprint by investing in high quality carbon offsets. But it's always in quotation marks, and it's like, oh, we're not going to
Yeah,
actually
what's a
tell you.
carbon offset? It's like,
Yeah.
am I supposed to read that and go, oh, okay then? It's like, give me
Or is
more
that where they,
information.
or is that where they catch you? And it's like the part of the conspiracy. So they make you now Google high quality
Yeah,
carbon offsets.
they give you the little phrases
Yeah, and then
and
you
then
just
it
keep
sets you off
googling.
down a rabbit hole until you keep googling and get distracted by something else.
Well, that's right, and it's all about the ads and
Oh, those ads.
don't.
Yeah, it
So,
says here that they claimed Google claims a net zero carbon footprint over its entire lifetime, aims to only use carbon-free energy by 2030. What's carbon-free energy? Where can we get some?
oh, I need some carbon-free energy, man.
Be all right, wouldn't it?
And 2030, I heard like, oh, this is another thing. God, this is why we don't have anything planned. It's so we
we'll
can
be
just run,
dead by then.
so we can just run it all off. I heard that they're going to stop making cars like with a petrol engine by 2030 or 2040. I mean, I don't know if you've heard.
Yeah, I've heard things like this. Apparently, like one of the versions I heard, it was going to be like a tunnel come tracking system. Like everyone's cars will be on tracks, like in a way like it is with the Scale Electrics.
What
But
the?
it will have little offsets and stuff like that. So you know, like on a gear stick, when you move it around, it's got like that really weird ravine that you've got
Yep.
to move it around. The roads will be like that, and you type in where you want to go, and it will read the other signals from the other cars moving around, whilst just driving itself. And you and your family just sit back with your newspapers out and whatever, smoking a pipe, living the old-fashioned life while you're living the future, doing the Jetsons, and then X amount of time later, you just get there.
What the? Is that actually a thing?
This is one of the ones I was reading about. I mean, whether this is actually because I think this was one of those ones like Elon Musk was playing around with, because he was also thinking about doing the underground tunnel system, which also helps prevent earthquakes.
Oh, dude, I'm literally as you're talking, I'm like sitting there like, what the fuck? So what? So it's the Boring Company, isn't it? It's Elon Musk's company.
Yes, yeah.
And you're saying it helps stop earthquakes?
Yeah, this whole underground tunnel system. I think he wants to start doing it in New York first because they've got like the highest like actual like road traffic or whatever it is. But yeah, apparently the way these tunnels are going to be built, it's going to like break down like vibrations and keep tectonic plates in check and stuff apparently, or something.
Dude, he's a clever bastard, man, isn't he? He's a clever cunt.
I bet he's wicked at Sudoku.
I don't know if I want to play with him. I find him kind of like he's a cool geezer, but he's really creepy, man.
Yeah, he's one of those faces that if you saw it in like a dark alleyway, you'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah,
if
and
I was Batman, this guy'd be killing my parents right now.
And that's it. And the way it's like, hi, yeah, that's a really good idea. Yeah, and you're like, fuck, man, you're just so chilled out, and at the same time, you're just sending shit up to space and Mars and crashing rockets and fucking bitches,
Was he a cyborg, do you reckon? Did he invent himself at his own company?
Oh, fuck that. Can you imagine? If that's how it all plans out?
Oh, his mask falls off and it's a T-1000.
Oh, then we are fucked.
Oh.
I heard a really interesting thing. Right, we'll go back to the Boring Company in a minute. But I heard the other day that someone quoted that we as humans are the sex organs of the machine world, and all we're here to do is to create better and better technology until we're obsolete. So we basically make ourselves obsolete. And I thought that's a bit of a head fuck. And I wasn't even high.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Was it like Asimov who said that or something? I can't remember. But I know, like, Let's Google it. Why not?
Yeah, we best get sponsored by Google for this shit.
Yeah, we want that Google money.
That's right. I
want to be carbon neutral.
That's right.
There's money in it.
Here we go. Of course it doesn't. Man becomes a sex organ of the machine world. Now you've got to be careful because that sounds really close to, man, sex organs, machine. It sounds like we're going to be coming across some funky stuff. Who said it? Here we go. What's this? McCullen? If I pronounce that wrong, I apologise.
McCullen?
Yeah.
That's a name for you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's... man becomes, as it were, the sex organs of the machine world as the bee of the plant world, enabling it to... I can't even pronounce some of these words, dude. I'll have to fucking get you to read it. But yeah, but by the looks of it, we're going to fuck ourselves.
Makes sense. I mean, we kind of already have. I mean, you can pretty much thank technology for the fact that now, for the first time in human history, the fattest people on Earth are also the poorest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you thought you were going back to medieval England and you were going to find some fat fucks running around a bloody poverty-ridden village, you've got nothing coming, mate.
It's really ironic as well, isn't it?
It is.
That, that the fattest people are the poorest.
It is mad.
But
it's the craziness, isn't it? It's like, of course, like back in the day, like sugar was like super duper expensive because it was just so hard to get hold of. But now the way we've sussed it out, because it's so common, it's like the cheapest thing ever. So it's just like ram this down your face. But it does taste the best, though.
It does. There's no substitute. You need that.
Exactly. And not being funny, sugar comes from a plant, so it's got to be like a vegetable at least.
Vegetable, yeah, vegetable. That's a salad right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get your glass of Coke. That's a healthy option.
Oh, it's like a dressing. Just pour your Dr. Pepper over the top of your sugar.
Oh God, happy days.
Oh.
Let's have it. All right. So I've gone back to the Boring Company because
I got thrown into a completely separate rabbit hole. I typed in like, Boring Company underground tunnels, like the traffic. And they gave me Elon Musk says warp drive tunnel under Las Vegas is almost ready. Like, what is this? What is the warp tunnel? Why is it underneath Las Vegas?
So, okay, I've gone onto Wiki. So it's the Boring Company, also known as TBC, is an American infrastructure and tunnel construction services company founded by, our God, Elon Musk. Its current and proposed projects are designed for loop intra-city transit systems, although the company stated that the Hawthorne Test Tunnel can support Hyperloop. So, yeah, I don't even know what these words mean, but apparently he's going to be... Yeah, I think you was on the right track, man. They're actually going to put, like, skate electrics under the fucking ground.
Mental.
Wow.
That is mad, isn't it?
And if you go on to boringcompany.com, which is obviously Elon's, one of his many businesses, it's just about holes.
Oh yeah, this thing here is what I found here about the what was it called, the warp drive tunnel under Las Vegas. Yeah, this one here. Yeah, it says Elon Musk says the first ever operational tunnel dug by the Boring Company is almost done. The tunnel digging startup is aiming to eliminate urban traffic by digging underground networks capable of propelling self-driving cars through at high speeds. This is from the Independent, which was 16th of September last year, so in 2020. So this is the past 6 months.
Yeah.
And if successful, he hopes the Boring Company will work with more cities around the world. Yeah. It's like tunnels under cities with self-driving cars will feel like warp drive, he tweeted. Yeah, they're going to be the solution to traffic and as many levels as you want. A usable tunnel depth far exceeds the... Oh, bloody hell.
Go on. What you got?
Yeah, the usable tunnel depth far exceeds the tallest building. So it would work even for New York or Beijing.
Now, just to throw that out there, I mean, do you really like? I don't know. I'm not very good with how big, how tall buildings are by their actual scale. But do you really want to be that much underground? What about if something fucking breaks, man? You know what happens then?
Well, this is it. I mean, that's a bad place to have a traffic jam.
Yeah, and
If something goes tits up and there's a huge pile up as well, how are emergency services going to get down there that quick, or are there always going to be emergency services down there? I mean, not being funny either. I wouldn't want to drive through something that's got every single safety fail-safe in check around me all the time, reminding me you could die.
yeah, yeah, that's it.
But at the same time, I wouldn't want to be down there. I wouldn't want to jump out of a plane without a parachute either. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's it.
I don't know how it'd work. It'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't get it. And
If you think you're getting the claustrophobics on holiday, you've got another thing coming.
well, fucking hell. I just don't. I don't know how feasible it is, but obviously I'm not Elon Musk. And
yeah, I'm more than happy for old Elon to be like in charge of like what's technically possible. He's more qualified than I am for that. But like you say, he's a weird dude. So when it comes to like human relations, I'm not sure I'm on board with him.
And well, I've just looked on. This is the independent article you've just read from. When was it? June last year.
September last year, I think this one.
September. And it says Teslas could travel through the tunnels at speeds of up to 150 miles an hour. That's pretty fucking quick in this warp tunnel if something's going to go wrong. And I mean, cars crash anyway.
Yeah, I mean, and people have got to remember as well, it's like the machine can be theoretically perfect, but human error will always find a way to fuck something up. And when you think these amazing machines are being, I mean, they may be being built by robots, but you know, people design those robots that are building those robots. Things go wrong.
Yeah, that's it. And it's when human intervention.
And there's always someone to blame.
Yeah. Oh wow! Here's some more facts. A 1 mile test tunnel was unveiled in 2017 at SpaceX's Hawthorne headquarters in California, which was dug at the cost of $10 million for 1 mile. And then it goes on to say the proof of concept was a significant improvement compared to the current tunnel digging capabilities, which costs as much as $1 billion a mile. So it's basically going to cost $10 million a mile.
That's mental.
He's got some money.
When you think in this, like, well, I mean, yeah, that is a lot of money. Of course it is. But like, when you think of how much like technology costs these days, I'm surprised it's that little per mile. When you think of what he's doing, it's like, Jesus, this in the grand scheme of like Fortune 500, that ain't a lot of money.
No, and I suppose it's like anything, like even like the underground tunnels in London. I mean, it's that we go on the tube all the time. You know, when you go up to London, you're going on the tube, you're traveling underground. So it's not that much of a different concept, apart from the fact it is a completely different fucking concept. But it's I don't know.
Do you know what I reckon pays for it?
Go on.
Well, if you can be one of the companies who can have one of your billboards inside one of the first like warp drive tunnels,
yeah, man,
that's going to cost a couple of pennies, isn't it?
That's it.
I reckon it'll be like the underground, like you say, like down in London, when you get on the subway and he's got all that down that long tube. It's just like plastered with ads on the side.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll be like that, but it'll be like digital screens, like at the airport.
Yeah. Oh fuck. So it'd be like, oh no, that just
it'd be like
sick.
You'd be going through like this constant neon ad, but it's like a million ads coming at you at once.
150 miles an hour inside a car that's driving itself.
Yeah. That's the world Philip K. Dick was writing about, mate. When he wrote Blade Runner, he thought, "Oh, this is ridiculous. I'm loving this." No, mate. He was writing out a textbook for what's about to happen.
It's happening, isn't it?
It is. So,
do you know this is another thing with staying on Elon Musk. Who'd have thought we was going to land on Elon Musk today as well?
Yeah.
What's the point of researching serial killers and things when he comes up? And didn't he make a it was a flamethrower?
Yeah, the
Was it the Boring Company?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's even called like the boring torch or something, or just the boring flamethrower or something like that.
Let's have a look. Boring Company flamethrower. Oh, it's actually called Not a Flamethrower.
Oh, so it's not. That's right. It is. Yeah, I remember now. Yeah.
And there it is. And obviously you can't buy one anymore because everyone's fucking bought them. But there was 20,000 and they all sold.
Yeah, I bet they sold proper quick and all.
Now, who needs a flamethrower? Well, I'm saying that.
Wouldn't say no to one.
Well,
don't need one.
Well, that's right. Well, define need nowadays, you know.
Well, this is the thing. It's also when it comes to like people's rights as well. When they sit there and they're like, "Hey, that's not fair. I have a right to be on the internet." It's like you actually don't.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, I've got a right to have a smartphone. They should make it cheaper." It's like you don't have a right to that.
Yeah, that's it. Someone's developed that. Someone's made it, and then you're choosing to buy it. You don't have a right to have.
It's a luxury fucking item. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's a weird thing.
Go on.
Razors, like men's razors for shaving your face.
I knew this was going to go everywhere.
Those are considered necessity items.
Right. Women's
tampons are considered luxury items, and is why they're so expensive.
Really?
Yeah, how out of order is that?
Wow. So you're well, here we go. So you're saying that a man's beard being uncontrollable is, you know, that we need to sort that out. You know, we're going to stamp down on that.
Well, look at when you was working before. They were like, oh yeah, you can either come in with a full beard or no beard. You cannot come in with an in-between beard. They're not going to say to some bird, you can't come in while you're on the blob. No. You use your tampons on your own leisure time. This is business hours. I own you from 9 to 5.
Just go grab a toilet roll.
Blade in or not? Yeah.
Grab a toilet roll from the toilet. Stuff that up there.
Yeah. Grab one of the marshmallows from the bloody sweet aisle.
Oh.
Get one of the old flumps. Flump. They're up there. Oh. Maybe that's where they got their name from. You never know. That's why it's pink down one side.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You went. Well, the thing is, like that is true. Like where I used to work, and actually, yeah, in the office, and when I worked at the frozen retail food chain, which we won't name, yeah, they would not let me.
Named after a country.
Yeah, that's a red and white logo, located in most most towns. But yeah, they would not literally
Canada.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Good old Canada.
People often get it confused with Greenland.
Yeah, yeah, but it's got more ice. You know.
Yeah.
You know, but bizarrely hasn't got ice. But yeah, before we go down that one, but yeah, in relation to the razors and the tampon thing, like I was not allowed to grow a beard. I had to either have one when I walked into work, or I had to be clean shaven, which is really bizarre for a public facing role. It's like, why does it matter that I've got a stubble? And they literally told us when I said like I wanted to grow a beard, they said, oh, well, you have to take a week off because you can't have that growing phase.
Oh yeah, you've got to take holiday time, haven't you?
Yeah, and to think that a tampon is considered a luxury item. No, is it luxury? Did you say?
Yeah, luxury items. Why they're so pricey?
I think it's disgusting.
It is.
You know, like...
I mean, people throw around the word sexism a lot today. They'll call anything sexist. It's like, all right, calm down, mate. Do you know what I mean? But that is just straight up sexist, isn't it?
Yeah, straight up. Because you can pick up a pack of razors for like £1 in Asda, can't you? Even the cheap shit.
Yeah,
they're not very good.
For like, you get like 12 of them.
Yeah. And I'm not being funny. If you haven't got a razor, then you just have a beard for another day. I'm not a woman, and you're not a woman. Well, I can't assume your gender, to be fair. You know, we're 2021. But if I was having, blood coming out of me, I would hope that there was something that I could pick up relatively cheap to stop that happening. You know, or is that just me?
Because when hair comes out your face, that's there's nothing anyone has to panic about.
No.
When blood comes out of you, and blood is what you need to keep in the body.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean?
The thing that literally keeps you alive is coming out of you. Yeah.
This is how we know nothing about science and or women.
Yeah,
because
that's
we're
it.
talking about this as though like a woman could bleed to death. It's like it doesn't stop coming until she gets that tampon.
Mate, well, like we said, if you
She's
want to,
bleeding out on aisle 4. Quick, get her a
we're gonna lose.
razor.
We're losing her.
Yeah.
But if people want a scientific discussion about tampons, then they can go find someone to listen to about that. But they won't get it here.
Absolutely, they won't get it here. Bloody hell, they'll get nonsense here.
It's always nonsense.
But it's well-informed nonsense.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't feel too well informed. Maybe it's the snow. The snow fucking me up.
Yeah, it's blocking our 5G.
Oh, don't. What's your take on that? What's your take on that? Let's go down there, as you brought it up.
Well, do you remember when it was first coming around and people were like, "There's birds dropping dead out of the sky"?
What? Oh, what you mean, like 1G, or are you talking like when 5G?
Like 5G, like this sort of time last year.
What the? God, I wish I had your memory, man. Let's have a look. I have to.
Yeah,
Just
people were saying like birds are just dropping dead out of the sky because of the 5G, and like people were like, "Oh, I'm walking past this tower and I'm feeling anxious and I'm getting tinnitus and stuff like that." I was like, "All right, mate."
Oh, here we go. Let's have a look. Birds and bees. Yeah, so I'm just going on to our favourite search engine, birds and this has gone on to a page called ispreview.co.uk. I don't know if it's credible at all, but it says bees and birds dropping out of sky after 5G. Smart ambulance turned on.
The smart ambulance.
Fuck knows. At present, 5G is only using 3.4 gigahertz band, and 4G has been operating at a similar bandwidth for years. So there's no reason why it should be making fucking birds and bees drop out of skies, apparently. But I'm trying to find something scientific about it, because now you say it, I do remember about birds. It's always the birds, isn't it?
Yeah, they always seem to cop it.
Hundreds of birds found dead in the Netherlands. Here we go. Ooh, what's this? Let's see if this has got okay, so this is one of them things like it's called full fact, but you know when they like try and they have a fact and then they say this is our verdict or whatever. This was a 5G test in Netherlands resulted
like
in the
death review.
Yeah, well, I don't know who's reviewing it. So yeah, a 5G test in the Netherlands resulted in the death of 297 birds, and their verdict is almost 300 starlings were found dead in the park in October 2019. There were no 5G tests in October 2019. Mass starling death is not unheard of. Oh, that doesn't actually answer the fucking question, though.
Well, yeah, I think it was one of those. I mean, when I look back at it, it was probably like one of those things. It was just like the timing was just convenient, you know. It's like when everyone was saying like, just as 5G launches, the COVID-19 thing breaks out, and everyone was like, "Oh, yeah, 5G caused a virus," and it's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to poo-poo that straight away because I'm not smart enough to know whether or not that could happen.
Sure.
But when people say stuff like this, I always say to them, like, look, if you give me the science that backs that up, I will join your team. Calling me a retard and a sheep just makes me think you're more stupid.
but that's it, man. People are so aggressive now. Like they join a side and then they just stick to that side so much, and they're so aggressive with it. Like you say, like I mean, we're not going to go down the actual COVID thing, well, today, but like when topics like that, people talk about like, oh, COVID, is it real or not? And then all of a sudden they're on one side or the other and argue like fuck over it. Like massively, like I don't want any evidence produced to me either way. I'm just going to stick to my team, bollocks to everything else, which is cool. If you want to be like that as a person, that's great. But then
if you've picked a hill you want to die on, you crack on.
That's right. I just think people are so. But then I think it comes down to everything. It's almost like, oh, do you like Pepsi or Coke? And then the argument breaks out. Everyone wants to argue or join sides over everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of division when it comes to these things. That's why I call it tribalism, isn't it? It's very sort of like clan oriented. It's like, no, this is what we think. Everyone else is wrong, but you have to accept how we think. That's not how that works. And it's always the ones I find as well who are in that sort of like weirdest we're the ones who know. We're the one knowing truth and all this lot. We're the ones who accept everything for what it is. But at the same time, those ones are always the first ones to get aggressive.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, hold on, I thought you were better than that. You've been like, with some of this thing you see today, like in a lot of these American college campuses with like the safe spaces and stuff. A lot of them are like, we have zero tolerance for intolerance, and it's like that would make you intolerant for a start.
Yeah,
So
surely.
that's an oxymoron. But it's always like they'll be like, oh yeah, you have to accept people for who they are. It's like, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're the first people to lash out as well. And it's like, what happened to being, tolerant and nice?
Yeah.
You know, surely kindness applies to everyone.
Well, that's what I mean, man. It
Yeah,
doesn't
do as we say, not as we do.
rule with an iron fist and all that.
Yeah, that's it.
Fucking people.
Turn
Yeah,
on the 5G, kill the birds.
and the bees apparently as well.
Oh, you leave them bees out of it.
I know.
Them bees have been through enough.
Oh, they seem to lately.
They do, bless them.
Let's have a look. Okay.
Did you see this? I mean, we don't want to go down any political routes here, so I'm not going to talk about certain parties or whatnot. But bloody hell, I was reading the other day. They're only reintroducing, because obviously the UK recently left a certain political circle.
I like that. Yep.
Yeah. So, which, and we won't choose sides either way. But apparently I was reading, because we've now left that certain thing, they've gone back to buying the cheap pesticides.
Oh dear.
Which is very detrimental to bees.
And you like the bees?
We do like bees. Bees are wicked. Like out in our garden, I don't know about anyone else, but sometimes we watch that Country File programme. And they've got, here's things you can do in your garden to help your local wildlife. And mate, tell you what, we're bang on it.
Is it?
We were watching one the other day, mate. They're saying about bees. They were like, oh, put out like little sugar traps and stuff like that. Not like traps, but just things that only the bees can get to. So if they get they're quite far from the flowers or something, put a bit of sugar down so they can get in between. Was like, yeah, we've done all that. And then the other day it was about hedgehogs and all, and they were like, oh, make sure there's a hole in your fence. We're like, done. It was like a little corner set up just for them. Done. Always check the long grass before going, mate. We're on it.
Oh yeah, kick the bonfire in it as well. If you're going to have a bonfire,
kick the bonfire as well, yeah, because they like to hide in them.
I mean,
but they just got put to vulnerable. That's one away from endangered.
Damn. We can't lose them either.
We can't. They're a British staple.
Yeah. I mean, like just thinking about it, where on earth can you just tune in and listen to, like what's happening with Elon Musk and what's happening with the birds and 5G and hedgehogs, and you know what I mean? It's like a public.
I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Right. With him, I think it might be the hedgehogs are killing the bees because they're striking back against the bees for inventing the 5G. But what's worrying is that in a year's time, he'd be fucking right.
Yeah, that's it, man. Yeah.
Remember the frogs being gay? People made fun of him for that.
Yeah.
Well, look what happened.
He has a very elaborate way of seeing things and the way he discusses things, which is great. I mean, I think he's fantastic because it's entertaining.
It's entertaining as hell.
Like some people, it's the way, like, not to shit on anyone else's podcast, YouTube or whatever, but even talking shit, you can still make it interesting. It's when people just read off scripts and that, and you can know it's scripted the way they're talking, and you're like, what the fuck, man? I don't know. But that's what I love about Alex Jones, because it's literally like just a bang, 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 facts.
He's a ball in a china shop, isn't
he? Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen.
And he's fucking shit up every fucking step of the way.
Yeah. And it's when he starts getting loud, and he's like basically on the brink of tears as well. And it's like, Jesus Christ, Alex, calm down, man.
It's like, dude, you're gonna have a heart attack. This is gonna end really wrong.
You're gonna give yourself a fucking Connery. Let's just take a minute, yeah.
Calm down, man. Fuck.
Fucking Chi-Com. And the Satanists.
Oh yeah, the Satanists and the baby eaters.
Yeah, the baby eaters, and they're building human goat hybrids in labs.
Yeah. God.
Here's the thing: why isn't the hedgehog our national animal? Our national animal's the lion. When was the last time you saw a fucking lion walking around?
Is it?
Yeah, a lion.
Oh my. Right. Okay. I don't know if.
That's why like, I look at the England shirts, the three lions.
Oh fuck me! Is that actually the reason why?
Yeah,
Hang
our
on.
national animal was the lion.
Hang on. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do what our Lord and Savior JRE does, and hey, let me just fact check that. Let me just fact check that.
Oh, yes.
Lions English shirt. Let's have a look.
England.
Is actually.
Animal. Yeah, the lion.
I mean, there it is. If anyone wants to Google, that is actually correct.
Oh, yeah. Why is the lion our national animal?
Well,
It should be like a fox or a badger or a hedgehog or a... It's pretty much as British as it gets, isn't it?
the lion is the personification of strength, dignity, pride, courage, and for those reasons it was chosen as England's national animal.
That just seems like cheating.
At the time, the fact that the lion was known as the king of the jungle may have also had something to do with the choice. Yeah, then you can't just pick the fucking best animal, can you?
Yeah,
oh, that's the biggest
sorry.
best.
Oh, yeah, that's our one.
We're having that. Fuck you, Africa.
If I'm gonna Google what Wales' national animal is. If it's a dragon, I'm gonna kick off.
Oh, stop it.
It really is the fucking dragon.
Is it?
They've picked the dragon. All right, we're having the unicorn then.
No, literally type in Scotland. That's what theirs is.
What?
Yeah, I just fucking found it.
Scotland. It's only a fucking unicorn.
Yeah,
Oh, for fuck's sake. Once again, the Scots beat us to it.
I mean, what sort of? I mean,
All right, well, ours is Cthulhu then. How you like that?
yeah, dinosaur. We're gonna have a dinosaur now.
We're having a Tyrannosaurus. From
Or
now
man.
on, whenever we play in the World Cup, it's going to be 3 Velociraptors on the shirt, mate.
God, well, that would look better, wouldn't it?
Bloody well would. But which Velociraptors we going for? Are we going for like Steven Spielberg Velociraptors, where they're like really badass looking, or are we going for actual Velociraptors that are basically chickens?
We got to go for like Lost World, Jurassic Park Lost World, where they're like jumping out the fucking cornfields, man.
And
That's the ones.
Yeah, and they've got like those sort of like tiger stripes, in they, on their skin and stuff.
Yeah, they look sick.
They do actually. They look banging. They're like, they were sort of like, if a shark could be on the ground, it would be a Velociraptor. Because you know, when you look at like a shark in the ocean, you're like, that is the personification of a perfect predator in it.
Yeah.
I mean, land shark is definitely Velociraptor in Lost World. They were cool in the first one as well. Like that kitchen scene is a banger.
Oh man, I watched that. I don't even know when Jurassic Park come out. Let's have a look.
1993, mate.
Is it?
Yeah, I was at the
that's
cinema
sorry.
seeing that, when I was only little. I was about 5 at the time.
Oh, before, when it was probably just PG. Oh,
was.
1993. You are correct, sir. I mean, I'm not being funny. How fucking scary was that? I mean, even the T-Rex.
Oh, mate, I watched that film again last year, just before Christmas. So only a few months ago now.
Mm.
And, mate, that whole entire T-Rex scene, if that had music on it, it would ruin it. Just having the ambient sound of the rain, the Tyrannosaurus, and the kids screaming is horrifying. It is such a good scene. But if it had that sort of music, it would totally kill it.
Yeah.
Spielberg knows what he's doing. He earns that bread and butter.
To be honest, dude, I mean, I think when was Lost World? I'll ask you because you're probably quicker than Google.
98, I think. Maybe 97.
Oh no, he doesn't know, everyone. He doesn't know. Oh, it's 97. You're right.
Because I think the third one came out in 2000, and these things are normally 3 or 4 years apart. At least they used to be back then. Now it's like you get a new bloody sequel every bloody year. Back then we used to have to wait for our sequels.
We had to earn it.
We did.
We had to contribute.
I think the first time we had sequels that followed year after year must have been Lord of the Rings.
Quite possibly.
Must have been, surely. I mean,
Oh,
if you think we went to go see Toy Story 2 the year after Toy Story 1, you've got
oh,
nothing coming.
well, say Lord of the Rings, right? You mentioned Lord of the Rings. I mean, I don't know what side of the fence you sit on because I haven't spoken. I don't think we ever spoke about Lord of the Rings versus The Hobbit. But I mean, I love Lord of the Rings when we're talking makeup. When we're talking makeup on the guys rather than CGI.
Mm. Oh, and that bloody soundtrack and all, mate.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, that was Howard Shore, wasn't it? Was it Howard Shore who did that? I'm pretty sure it was. I'm probably fucking wrong.
Oh, we're gonna.
I've got my IMDb open, brother. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah, you got it up.
Yeah, boy. That's how I do things.
I'm gonna crash my laptop before it even gets a week old because I've got about 40 tabs up where we look at stuff.
It was Howard Shore. Look
Was
at
it?
that. It was, yeah.
Happy
Oh,
days.
he did the music for The Fly as well. What a great
Mm.
movie. And Silence of the Lambs.
No, that's a good film.
That is. That whole Hannibal series I can dig.
Yeah,
Anthony
yeah, man.
Hopkins is my boy.
I think that he's such a fucking scary dude in Silence of the Lambs because of the little he actually has to do. Do you know what I mean? Like it's how he
Yeah.
plays it by just being that guy, and you're like, oh shit, he's crazy. And
Yeah.
he's so
I don't know how true it is, but apparently as well, if you like watch carefully, like apparently the whole time you watch him in Silence of the Lambs, apparently he doesn't blink.
well. As we're on Google,
Yeah.
folks.
So I know Jake Gyllenhaal does that as well.
Really?
He's like trained himself to like not blink for very long periods of time. He like did it for that movie Nightcrawler.
Why would you train yourself not to blink? Does that have any
I think it
merit?
just makes him look like more crazy because like blinking is such a human thing to do that we don't even think about it. That I think if he just doesn't do it, though we don't notice it, we just realise something's off about him on like a subconscious level. It's like there's something he's not doing, but I don't know what it is, and I don't like it. And it's like, I think it's like that sort of thing.
Here we go. We've got with the help of whatculture.com, we have got some facts about that. Anthony Hopkins. So look, Anthony Hopkins never blinks during the Silence of the Lambs. It says in a recent article, I wrote the child actor. Oh no, sorry. This is why we have to do everything on the fly because you don't fucking read it through first.
Fuck reading it through first. I ain't reading something twice.
Ah, bullshit. Basically,
yeah, well, my librarian. Fuck off.
It was supposed to be, according to the actor himself, but in the when it was filmed, they did actually catch him 15 times in the film.
Oh well, fuck him then. He's shit.
Yeah. So yeah. So apparently he was trying not to blink and he got fucking caught. Oh, well, shit acting then. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, that's it. Take his Oscar back. He doesn't deserve it.
Oh, he does.
He does.
What a boy.
I should give him one just for turning up.
I heard as well for Silence of the Lambs that what's the actress in it? Is it Jodie Foster?
Jodie Foster, yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand her voice. God bless her. If she ever listens to this, I'm sorry, but your voice is shit. Probably like mine. But in that film with Silence of the Lambs, apparently she never actually spoke to him during filming. Like they always kept him enclosed behind the because he's in like a clear prison cell, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. You never really see him in the same shot, do you?
No. And apparently they only ever spoke to each other after, like near the end of the filming, and she was literally petrified of him because obviously she only ever spoke to me in character and things like that. And I was like, yeah, man, that would be enough to freak me out.
Yeah, that's mental.
So
that's the way to do it, isn't it?
We're freaking out millionaires.
Yeah, that's how you get them Oscars. Back when Oscars actually meant something, that's how you got them, mate. You had to think outside the box. You couldn't just write any old nonsense.
Well, like nowadays.
Oh,
well,
yeah,
I say nowadays.
You can just write any old fucking shit that somebody else already wrote 3 times before because it's more than likely going to be a reboot.
Yeah, that's it.
But now it's like this. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah, we can write anything, but if we throw a political commentary in there, reviewers aren't allowed to say it's bad. Otherwise, they're racist. And that's how they get you these days, mate.
Well, yeah, I think people are just more sensitive now.
They are.
Not back in our day, where literally, when
because like back before our day, people were sensitive. It's like I see a lot of like old people would be like, oh yeah, people today they're far too sensitive, and it's like, mate, your people wouldn't even drink from the same fountain as a black person. You were pretty sensitive yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like our sort of upbringing, I think that was like when it was like prime. Everyone just takes the piss out of each other, and everyone loved it. Everyone was in on it.
Yeah.
You made fun of them, they made fun of you. It was like, you're all right, man, you're all right. And now it's like, they're like, oh, we can make fun of you. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll throw it back at you. Oh my God, what did you just say?
Yeah.
And it's like, hold on, you started it. You're like, oh yeah, well, we're going to finish it.
We're finishing it now with knives.
Yeah, and cancel you.
Well, one of you's going to die.
Knives. But yeah, man, no one can take a joke now.
I mean, imagine if, honestly, right? Imagine if back in the day, when we're hanging out in our old circle, you know, say we're going back to like 2010 or 2009 when we was playing shows, and
back in our old metal band.
Yeah, that's it. Back in the old, back in the good
touring days.
Yeah, and you know, for anyone who is going to listen who doesn't know, you know, we played a lot of shows up and down the country. And met a few interesting people, as it were, with lots of stories attached, which I'm sure we'll get into one day. But
it's a shame we never toured abroad, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad we didn't, because England is known for its eccentrics, you know, and we got to meet a lot of them. And just sometimes playing at a show, because we're from right down south, so we're like as close as it gets to like fucking jumping the fence and like high-fiving someone in Africa.
That's it.
But even like playing right up north in like Manchester, sometimes it felt like you were abroad. Like we were there and we were like, what the fuck's a balm? Do you know what I mean? There was like, oh, burger and a balm. No idea.
What's a balm?
It was like foreign food. And it was, what was it in the end? It was like an English muffin, wasn't it, basically?
Yeah.
It was just that, they called it a balm. It's like, oh, cool. But it was like them. They came down here. They were like, what the fuck's burger sauce?
Burger sauce? Never heard of it.
Yeah. And they were like, do you mean barbecue sauce? I was like, no, totally separate thing, bruv.
Yeah.
So, I was glad we sort of stuck within those borders as well, but it was cool.
It was. But with my point with the sensitivity thing was like, imagine some of the stuff we used to say to people.
Oh, I mean, mate.
You know,
if that was recorded,
we'll be locked up.
Yeah, mate, there'd be like some massive injunction. We'd have our boy, like some random bloke who's getting like impeached or something, and they'd be like, we'd be right behind them, like, come on, mate, we've got a few of these to get through today.
Yeah, that's it.
You thought what they caught you saying on camera was bad? Fuck me.
But even things like that, we wouldn't like. I mean, how many times?
But we'd say it on stage.
Yeah.
And people in the audience were like, oh, brilliant. Absolutely.
Up yours, ugly. Way. Nowadays, God.
I mean, we were up there talking about, what was we talking about like Thai lady boys at one point. And everyone in the crowd was like, oh, it's amazing. Now it would be like, oh, first of all, what does them being Thai to do with it? You know, race shouldn't come into it. Then it would be, and they're not called lady boys. I actually prefer this and that or whatever. And it would be like, oh God, can we just start the song now?
I think it digresses from the joke or whatever you're trying to say when people do shit like that.
Yeah. What happened to death metal bands being shocking as well? Do you remember that? It's like the wokeness thing that's around today has bled into death metal. And it's like the whole point of death metal was to shock people, wasn't it? It was supposed to make people uncomfortable.
Well, this is quite funny actually, because I was looking at our boys, Infant Annihilator, the other day, and obviously they are extreme, you know, as they are, and the name is really offensive to lots of people, and songs like Cunt Crusher, and you know that gets people's back up. But if you watch their videos, they're like shirtless running around on the beach, and that kind of really reminds us of us when you know, when we were shirtless. Yeah, like we were really aggressive, and like the music was fast and loud. But like you wore like a yellow hoodie on stage and a tracksuit, and this was before tracksuits were even
hula shirts.
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah,
you know, like,
yeah. That was before Wigger Slam really took off, wasn't it?
yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, you got to be grunge, you got to be
Yeah,
black, you got to
yeah. Because
wear."
do you remember that was right? Because we went to one of our local venues, and I was in a tracksuit, and everyone was there going, "Oh, why are you dressed like a chav?"
Hmm.
And I was like, "Because I am a fucking chav." There's that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And then the following year, when suddenly like Wigger Slam and that sort of hardcore scene kicked off, they all turned up in tracksuits.
mm.
I was like, hold on a bloody minute.
And that was quite weird as well. How like with when we went to Manchester and that, they were wearing tracksuits and they were very open with, you know, they'll just wear whatever they fucking wanted to.
Yeah, they were very. They looked like not having a go at them, but they looked a bit like foreign gypsies.
Yeah, yeah,
Because you know, like when you're in like we've got Canterbury quite close to us, haven't we?
mm.
When you see a group of people wearing tracksuits that look like they're from the 90s, you
Yep,
know they're foreigners.
yeah,
They're probably exchange students over here because Canterbury's got loads for students in it. It's got the Canterbury Tales, the cathedral. It's got
universities,
yeah, it's
theatre.
got the river that goes through. Yeah, the theatre scene, absolutely mental.
Mm.
So you know, great, but you can spot them
Yeah,
because
that's
you
right.
look at it and it's like I haven't seen that Lacoste hoodie in ages, or one of them still wearing the full black and yellow kappa like
Oh,
tracksuit. And you're
yeah,
like, oh, hold on. And that was back when it got the name Slapper because it had the two birds like who were naked sitting back
that's
to
it.
back. You remember? Right across the chest. And it's like, oh, you got them from a charity that sent you over a bin of attic clothes. I know where you got those clothes from, brother. They've still got the previous bloke's decoration stains on it,
Yeah, and I think
white
like
plaster
because
and whatnot.
oh yeah,
Yeah, mate.
but that's like when you did bust out a tracksuit down here. I mean, it was really weird how how much people were like, why the fuck are you wearing that? You're supposed to be into metal. Why are you dressed in a grey tracksuit? It's like, why does that matter? And this can be, you know, we can
Yeah,
drag this into everything. Why does it? Why does the way you look affect what you're into and stuff? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, because it's like with race as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you know me, brother, and soon
mm,
enough the listeners will as well. I'm the furthest thing from woke. I'm not a cunt about it. You know, I'm not a provocateur. I don't run around saying stupid shit just
mm,
to get shocks out of people. Well, not anymore anyway. I've grown up since like back in the day.
mm,
But like race has always been a funny one with me. It was always like, and as cliche as it sounds, like oh, it was, you know, judging someone by the color of their skin and all this lot. But it's like that's literally what it is. When you stop and think about it, that is really stupid.
yeah,
That would be like, I don't know. I see it as like trying to compare, like, you're like, oh yeah, don't trust him. Why? He's got size 6 feet.
oh yeah, and Reeboks on as well.
Yeah.
Size 6 Reeboks. And dude, like when you wore white fucking Lonsdales, do you remember when you got them white Lonsdales? People went fucking mad because they weren't
Oh,
skate shoes. And that
yeah.
was the thing
They
that
weren't like what was they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like, was it like DCs or something,
mm,
or Vans or something? Oh, why haven't you got? Why are you wearing them? They're that little. They were the slip-on shoes, weren't they? They didn't
that's
even have
it.
the Velcro strap. They were literally just the old slip-ons. You wear the ankle socks, comfortable as hell they were.
Well, who's laughing? You know,
Yeah, that's it,
they
mate.
got they got fuck about their laces, and they could get caught in a, you know, they could get caught down a drain or on a escalator, and you know who's fucked then?
Oh, mate, yeah. That loose lace gets caught in the train door as it closes and takes off, and you're being dragged 90 miles an hour across hard gravel and electrical bloody lines and wooden like railway sleepers.
You're
Oh,
fucked.
right. Yeah. That is your day, Frederick Act, mate.
Absolutely. And imagine if it was in the boring tunnel at 155 and you've caught your
Oh,
shoe. Like, you know
mate,
what?
they're gonna get to the other side with some blisters.
You you think our problems are bad? You know,
Yeah.
it's going
But
to get
my
worse.
Lonsdale with no laces, I'm absolutely fine. I'm walking home, mate, because I can.
That's right.
That
And
can't ever ain't ever walking again. All because he wore the wrong footwear. Irony.
yeah,
Can't walk because of footwear.
It's like the fucking fattest people being the poorest people, isn't it?
It is.
Irony is everywhere today.
It really is. You can't escape it. Can't move for it.
Can't move for it. Too much of it.
Yeah, if anything. Could dial it back a bit.
Here's an interesting fact. As I'm just scrolling generally through stuff, I found something here. It's completely irrelevant, but that's kind of what we're going down. It says here that blood donors in Sweden receive a text when their blood's used.
Nice.
That's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
it'd be great if we're like, oh, we're about to use your blood. Are you sure you want to continue?
Yeah, that's it. With a description of the person, what they're going to do with you. And it's like, no, don't use my blood on that.
Yeah. Oh, God, no.
Oh, God, I don't mind blood.
Imagine the bigots getting hold of that one.
Oh, can you imagine?
We're about to use your blood. Is that okay? What colour are they?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What size shoe are they?
Yeah. What's going on there?
Slippers, have they? They're not got slipper on Lonsdale's.
Yeah. If he's got a tracksuit in his cupboard, forget it.
Open his cupboard up. We're going through that first. Motherfuckers.
Mate, I just hit the old I'm feeling lucky thing, and they gave me a colour picker. One of those thingies where it's got like the old, like the hue thingy where you can drag it along the colour ball, so it's like red one end, and it's like orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, red, dragging it along, absolutely mental. The HTML colour picker.
What do I get? So if I click on I'm feeling lucky, I get funny cat memes. That is literally what just fucking come up.
Well, let's see what my one does. Oh, artistic. As opposed to autistic. I'm feeling autistic.
Oh, now it says I'm feeling hungry.
Oh, you're gonna take that.
Oh.
Day one, laptop's calling you a fat cunt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, it's well informed. I see the AI. I see the AI's doing well. You know, the camera watching me and all that shit's working.
Oh, it gave me a painting. A Sunday on Le Grand. Oh, got pop-ups. We'll read that again. Google throwing pop-ups at me. How dare it? A Sunday on Le Grand Jatte. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but by Georges Seurat. Sort your name out, bruv.
Oh, with a little dog on the front. Yeah, he's got a little dog. Yeah.
A little doggy there. Look, she's got a monkey by her foot.
Yeah, man. So if anyone didn't catch that, it's a Sunday afternoon on the island of Le Grand Jatte. Yeah, Jatte. And yeah, that's what we're looking at. It's it
was painted around 1884 to 1886.
That's a fucking monkey.
Yeah. Well, that's quite confusing. They've put the date right next to the bloke's name. So from where I'm sitting, it looks like he only lived to be 2. But he was hell of a painter.
Hell of a... What have you done in your life? Well, not much, but wicked painting.
Let me see where you land on this. Speaking of people doing stuff when they're young. When teenagers, like famous teenagers, release biographies, that pisses me off. You know what I mean? Like when they release their autobiography, like in a book or whatever. Like, oh, my life. It's like, bruv, you're like 12.
Yeah, that's it.
That's going to be a very short and very uninteresting read.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, David Attenborough brings one out. Yeah, you're going to be like,
you want to read that shit, don't you?
You want to read that. But when some like little fucking 18-year-old's like, oh, this is my life, and it's like, you still haven't even formed your brain fully yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Why do I want to listen to your life stories? What you've not even aged enough to learn from your life lessons yet.
Yeah, you're still making the mistakes.
Yeah, what morals can you give me? Oh yeah, I know I'm probably being ageist, but that's just the way it is, isn't it?
Well, it's what happens, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, but when someone younger than me tries to give me life advice, I just think, fuck off, mate. Straight away. I don't care what they've been through. I'm old school like that. If I'm older than you, I know better. All right.
And that's how it's going down. End of.
Yeah, that's going to be forever. You know why? Because I'm older.
Because I said so, bitch.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, there we are. I think that was a good rant. What do you reckon?
I do like a rant.
That was well, I think we'll call it a day.
Why
Because
not?
I got, I was supposed to have dinner, and I thought, nah, fuck it, I'll get this little snippet in for for our first little go, and then it ended up being an hour and 10 minutes worth.
Well, there you are then.
Well,
Never
peace
complain.
out, motherfuckers.
Absolutely.
Laters.
Drop it while it's hot.